We're Embrace the Suck 21.
Yes, we are.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Daniel.
And we learned today about 10 things that only exist in the UK. Look, we've been on a UK journey for a long time, and we've picked up on a few things that are common over there. Can't remember any of them off the top of my head because I'm not that smart. We might find something in here that y'all only got there. So we're going to rely on y'all to dispute this. Is this
100%.
accurate?
I'll be looking in the comments on this one.
And if there's something they missed, let us know too.
Yes.
Not much else to say, except let's just dive in.
Let's dive in, man.
3, 2, 1.
This is where it all began. Greg's first shop opened in Gosforth in Newcastle 68 years ago.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we'll be looking at 10 things that only exist in the UK.
Oh, you smashed the thing! Really? Oh,
Party 7. You'll have to be a certain age to remember Party 7, since, in its original form, it disappeared back in the 1980s.
Tenor says he did it.
I'm not playing.
Tenor and a Party 7.
This was a tin of beer that was the equivalent of 7 pints in one big can, which would have cost about a tenner in today's money, though it...
Whoa, 7 pints of beer
Excuse me?
for $10?
Excuse me? It's the mini keg.
Yeah, it's a mini keg.
It's the mini keg. Holy crap. A tin of beer?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Man.
You guys
where
are
was that?
living in the future, dude.
Yeah, back in the... I was just continuing in the 80s. Y'all lived in the future up till then.
Yeah, damn. Wow, man. Could you imagine how heavy that is?
It's pretty heavy.
Good God. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be like because a regular 6-pack of like Busch or Bud Light or Miller, that's one of those cans is the equivalent of a pint. Okay, hold on here.
Yeah, here we go.
A pint. Pints a pound the world around. So 16 ounces. Those cans are usually 8 to 12 ounces. So it's like 1.5. So okay.
I got lost in the math.
I got lost in the math.
Cannot math well, but I like the rhyme scheme of your pint a pound. What is it?
Pint a pound the world around.
Perfect. I got it. I got that.
That's Elton Brown. So that is probably like, I'm gonna say it's more than a 6-pack of regular beer here in America.
Yeah.
So and for 10 bucks, like how do you? I know 10 pounds over there, whatever.
Especially back then.
10 pounds.
Back then, they could have been like $50.
Yeah, something like that.
It originally cost 15 shillings. It's a testament to how much the Brits love booze that such a product existed and remained popular, despite its propensity to explode and supposed poor quality.
Right, the chosen vintage of the CID.
Then, in the 2020s, Party 7 had a brief renaissance, when the beer returned in a keg format in 2021.
Okay.
Little Chef. It was a sad time in 2018 when the final Little Chefs closed their doors.
Well, I'd like eggs and bacon. I'd like toast and jam.
Once upon a time, every long car journey could be livened up by a trip to a Little Chef, which lined motorways up and down the country.
And that's what the Little Chef serves me. Little Chef's lots more fun.
You could go in there and get classic food like a full English breakfast for a steal. A boon not only to families giving their kids a chance to stretch their legs, but lorry drivers needing a pick-me-up after hours on the road. It struggled for years following its decline in the 2000s and eventually shut all its branches. But for decades, it was a British cultural icon.
Okay, so that's basically the equivalent of a IHOP or Denny's or I can't say Waffle House because odds are good that they're not 24/7 and they close certain times and fights don't break out in them.
Correct. And the staffing isn't just prisoners. So, like, IHOP, Denny's, or back in the day, around this time would be like a Bob's Big Boy.
Bob's Big Boy or Bob
Shoney's,
Evans or
all that
Shoney's. Yep.
Wow. That's cool, man. It's sad that, stuff like that doesn't last the test of time. But we have something that's comparable to that. So little chef was a restaurant, like a diner, almost.
Yeah, roadside diner.
Got it.
Yeah, here you go. Very nice.
A little chef goes a long way.
The House of Lords.
The most headline-grabbing recommendation, abolishing this place, the House of Lords, in favour of an elected chamber.
One of the most controversial things in British politics, the House of Lords as of 2023 is still there and still affecting our laws. That's despite many attempts to reform it, and lots of high-profile and powerful politicians even saying they want to abolish it completely.
I think there's a lot that needs to be done to change the House of Lords. What I'm not convinced about is that we need another elected chamber.
It's one of the most bizarre parts of life in the UK, that we still have this system of hereditary aristocratic titles that mean unelected people, often rich landowners, get to sit there in Parliament and tweak or even outright block laws devised in the House of Commons.
What people get very worried about is the size of the House of Lords and the appointments process for the House of Lords.
They've got no real public accountability and are one of the strangest things about Britain to explain to foreigners. Cornish Pasties.
Okay, before we get to Cornish Pasties, I guess two elements of that are equivalent to the United States are our Senate, which is elected, but it's a set amount of senators per state, which is 2 per state, and also our Supreme Court, which is not elected, but it is. You're appointed to it. You go through hearings. It's not always it's not landowners.
No,
it's it's people who've made it up through the ranks of law in the country. Yeah. So, other than that, that's where the similarities end.
Yeah, I don't even know if we maybe if I know they're appointed, but it would be like a whole room of people that were appointed not by competency. It'd be appointed based on acts. I own this much acreage, therefore I can throw my hat, or I'm from this maybe bloodline, I can throw my hat in and have a valid claim. So it's what? That's too much.
That's pretty much it right there. That's you described it pretty damn good right there. I think of it, the whole system, in also with the House of Commons and the monarchy is, imagine if the United States, the only elected body was the House. Yeah. Like in that instance, our head of state would either be right now it would be Kevin McCarthy or Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
So
it'd be like a room of them.
Yes, a room of them, basically.
God. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cornish Pasties. Cornwall is a unique part of England with its own distinct culture, flag, and even a native language. And it also boasts one of the most iconic British foodstuffs, the Cornish pasty. But the humble Cornish pasty is perhaps more important than you realise if you're not from Cornwall yourself, since it previously held protected status under EU law. This meant that only pasties meeting stringent requirements could truly call themselves Cornish. They've got to follow a strict recipe and be prepared in Cornwall. This was all done to protect the pasty industry, which uses local produce and provides jobs to many in the county. Tabloids.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, they looked really good. I don't know what the exact recipe is. I'm sure someone down below is probably already typing out their recipe. And if you are, thank you for that. If not, feel free to share your favorite Cornish pasty recipe.
Yeah.
Because I see we've done cooking stuff on this channel before, and I see Eclectic Beard is starting to get into that too. So we got to get back in that game as well.
Yes, bring on the potatoes. That's actually really cool that there was a law protecting a very unique food. I would say indigenous food, but you know what I'm trying to say. This from this one section, it is protected because so much of the local economy is based on that one pastry.
Right.
That's cool. I like.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting revelation. I think that's some pretty cool knowledge. That it's That's what I would love to learn about.
Yeah. It'd be like if Atlanta already patented the name Coca-Cola and all cola sodas, if it patented all cola and it can only be a certain recipe and it owned everything to keep the business, the economy of Atlanta going.
Yep. Or like Kentucky with fried chicken.
I have opinions about that, but we're not talking about that in this video. We'll save that for another video.
No, I got you. But it's just interesting though. I think that's super cool. I think it's super
absolutely
cool.
Uses local produce and provides jobs to many in the county. Tabloids. Of course, most countries do have tabloids of their own, but tabloid culture in Britain is a law unto itself. Around the world, the UK is notorious for its relentless, unethical tabloids. Not only do British celebs find themselves at the mercy of the tabloid presses regularly, but so do celebrities from elsewhere who are deemed worthy enough to get harassed by UK red tops. For over 100 years now, cheaply produced papers relying on sensationalist reporting and invading the privacy of the rich and famous have been part and parcel of British life, so much so that it's strange to imagine that the media landscape is very different overseas.
So they basically can't keep their mouth shut about anybody.
Yeah. This obviously predates internet, obviously. Like now it's there.
Yeah.
Now we don't need to go far for these kind of articles.
Yeah. So I guess our strategy of having clickbaity titles helps with our UK people because they're used to it with this shit.
Yeah. Like, oh, I would read that. That was on. It was in the Post the other day. So there you go.
Yeah, and I hate to bring it up, but I guess maybe Meghan Markle had a point about the British tabloids.
Worldwide
maybe she did.
Privacy tour.
The worldwide privacy tour. That's the only good thing I'm saying about it right now. Everything else, I'm kind of on the same page.
Yep.
That's it, though.
Colin the Caterpillar.
It's quickly becoming the food fight of the century because the iconic birthday staple, Colin the Caterpillar, is going to war with lookalike Cuthbert.
What?
No child's birthday party is complete without a visit from Colin the Caterpillar. Caterpillar cakes are sold by every major supermarket, all boasting different names, though the original Colin version was introduced by M&S in the 1990s.
Marks and Spencer's are taking Aldi to court over the budget-friendly version of the cake, claiming that Cuthbert is not only an imposter, but riding on the coattails of the supermarket's reputation.
Marks and Spencer's is so protective of its Colin name, in fact, that it tried to take Aldi to court for infringing on its intellectual property by releasing a Cuthbert the Caterpillar.
You know, it's a bit unfair because you've got similar caterpillars. I think there's a Clyde in Asda, and there's a Wiggle in Sainsbury's, and an Eric.
That suit was settled, and Caterpillar cakes continue to be sold by all supermarkets, often as a cost-effective way to get a large amount of chocolate cake for your kids.
You can't really ding the Wiggle. You know, Wiggle is not Colin. Wiggle is Wiggle. Wiggle is like the Wish.com version
of Colin the Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Y'all are petty. Y'all are petty.
Well, I feel like if that's the one thing they got, don't take that away. You know?
Yeah. What's the store? Market Spencer's? Suing Aldi and Asda for that. Like, what are you talking? This better be a good cake, or else I would have to be the judge of that. When I eventually do go over, I'll have to go on my birthday so that someone can buy me a Colin the Caterpillar cake.
And you have to buy a Wiggle. And
I have to buy a Wiggle. Or what's this guy? Cuthbert. Such a
you know what? At least they catch it like a caterpillar, not like Cuthbert the centipede or something like that. Like at least they you know, that's what I would have said. All right, if I want to go after you, bro, you got to change the name to non-C name and change the species. All right. Like Wiggle, you get a pass, you're a W. You're all right, you're different, but you can't be a caterpillar.
Just don't be a caterpillar.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy, dude.
This is a great list so far.
Greggs. If you miss Little Chef, Greggs is one of the retailers that expanded to fill the vacuum it left behind.
This is where it all began. Greggs' first shop opened in Gosforth in Newcastle 68 years ago.
But not only will you find a Greggs at every service station up and down the country, there's pretty much a Greggs on every single street, sometimes 2 or even 3 branches all competing with each other. With its cheap, tasty pastries and sandwiches, Greggs has invaded high streets around the country from its headquarters in Newcastle, which has over 30 branches alone.
From its roots in the northeast, Greggs expanded steadily.
In total, there were over 2,200 branches of Greggs,
Wow.
about 1,000 more branches than McDonald's, but it still only exists in the UK. It didn't even have any shops in Northern Ireland until 2016.
Today, Greggs has more shops in Britain than either McDonald's or Starbucks, and says it may launch abroad in the years to come.
Tizer.
Okay, so that's what Greggs is. It's some pastries, and it's on every corner.
So it is. I think I want to say it. It's like a Panera, not necessarily like a Starbucks, but like a Panera. But for us, I don't know what else I can compare it to.
You can't really. I guess it's its own thing. I don't think that Panera is a fair comparison because it's hospital food, and for something to succeed, it has to be edible. So,
yeah. But they're franchised and they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of strip mall. Usually, if you see a Lowe's or a Home Depot, a B&Q for those across the pond, in that mall, in that area, there is usually a Panera somewhere within 5 miles.
Right. But at the same time, driving there, you probably pass by a lot of Subways, a lot of McDonald's, a lot of some Taco Bells. So
Starbucks. How about a Starbucks?
A Starbucks.
Because
so
that started, as like a little virus and spread to an epidemic of Starbucks everywhere.
Yeah. And Greggs is that virus in the UK.
Got it.
Hopefully not. I have never been to a Greggs, but
no, me neither.
From what I've seen here, the food looks good.
Yeah,
so
it does.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
Tizer.
Tizer! It's a red thing!
Though its presence on supermarket shelves has waxed and waned, especially in recent years, Tizer is still sold by British retailers and turns 100 in 2024. It's manufactured by Bar, which also makes Iron Brew, but unlike the national drink of Scotland, Tizer has never really appeared in other countries. It remains such a niche drink that you might have thought it had been made defunct and could have gone years without seeing a bottle.
Yes, we have 3 great new flavours. No, we're not changing colour! Tizer, it's a red thing!
Right.
Tizer. I wonder what the flavor of that is.
Obviously lobster.
Yes, lobster.
And chameleon flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This ad is throwing me off.
Yeah. Y'all, after you put down your recipe for Cornish pasties, whatever, tell us what Tizer tastes like.
It just looks like a red surge.
That's what I'm
something that'll give you diabetes and get you there quick. And let you crash. That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Red and with a top secret recipe, who knows what they really put in Tizer, which adds to the allure of the Great British Pop, as its slogan calls it. Henry Hoover. What British home is complete without a humble Henry to keep everything shipshape?
Meet Henry from Pneumatic International.
Henry and his numerous siblings like James and Hetty is certainly the most iconic vacuum cleaner in the UK, thanks to his large googly eyes and cute appearance. They're not the best vacuums on the market, but we'll be damned if they're not reliable.
So what is it that makes Henry the industry favourite? Is it the long life engineering and proven reliability?
There aren't any bells and whistles on Henry, though some are designed for slightly different things, and buying him you can be sure you've got a solid appliance that might even last a lifetime, and all without breaking the bank.
It's all over the floor as well. Feet up again, please. Any of this go in your mouth?
Mr. Blobby.
Alright, before this.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about the two of these together.
Please. Any of this go in your mouth?
Mr. Blobby. Maybe the most bizarre thing to come out of British light entertainment, and that's saying something. Mr. Blobby has been a household name ever since his debut in the late 90s.
What the?
But his longevity defies all logic and reason. An absurd character who caused chaos on Noel's house party, Mr. Blobby now routinely reappears on TV and even on the stage.
Because Mr. Blobby will be going on holiday soon, he needs to get a photograph for his passport. Even Blobby needs identification.
Every time he does, he wreaks havoc, ruining segments, breaking items, throwing tantrums, and scaring children half to death.
Oh, you smashed the thing!
Oh my god!
Why do they keep bringing him back when his only role is to smash things and screech like a banshee? Your guess is as good as ours.
What the? I'm sorry. Those last two, man. Why? The Henry the Hoover. That's just what the fuck.
It's a shop vac, dude. It's a shop vac. That's I just see a shop vac with a face.
With a face.
That's why you sell it. It has a cool looking top hat or a bowler and I don't know, and a face, and I can see it. Okay, it's cute. Everyone should have it. It's like gag gift, but practical. It's a practical gag gift that people give to new homeowners that they will use it. That's what I see in that.
Yeah,
right?
that sounds about right. And what's it, Blobby?
Yeah, that can go into the annals of nightmarish content.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to quote you again and say he's a equal parts WTF and WTF.
Yep. Like I've been introduced to Mr. Blobby through the Brew and Banter community. They're like, have you ever seen Mr. Blobby? Like, no. That's Mr. Blobby? Good God.
That's Mr. Blobby.
That's terrifying.
He can rot in hell.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
Good God, man.
Is this just the English that do Mr. Blobby? Do I see any Scots or Welsh or Northern Irish doing this?
Dude, there's some more crazy shit that's nostalgic for most of our audience that I've seen, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm surprised you guys can smell rain. Like those TV shows that you guys watch when you were kids took something from you, because some of that stuff is insanely scary.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Jim will not fix it.
Well, that was scary for a whole different disturbing ass reason, bro.
Exactly. I know. I had to get that in there.
Yeah, no.
WatchMojoUK, y'all did great with this. Automatic 2 thumbs up to y'all. I've asked y'all for recipes and to describe some stuff, how it tastes. Also, after you're done with that, let us know what did they miss? What also is just in the UK?
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see if you had to pick a top 10. Would any of these have been in your top 10?
Yeah. As WatchMojo says, do you agree with our picks?
Do you agree with
Let
our
us
picks?
know.
Getting Roger.
Anyway, y'all, there's somewhere around to subscribe. There's somewhere around to watch another video.
Yep.
Wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose, embrace the suck.
Unplug and do something epic.
See you in the next one.
Later.
Fellas, we can be that mistake. Let's do this.